The Immortal John Hancock here, and today I'm doing a special video. Patreon supporter Intrigue Gaming asked me a simple question. What game hardware or games intrigues me? And that's a simple answer for me, and I've really been thinking about this console lately. It's the Fairchild Channel F, originally known as a video entertainment system. I was honored to meet the designer of the Fairchild Channel F, Jerry Lawson, back at a Classic Gaming Expo back in 2004. Sadly, he's passed. In 2011, he passed away, but it was one of the best panels that I attended. And this console is actually part of the reason that motivated me to collect what I have. And so I knew about it before I owned it, but sadly, it was so obscure that it wasn't until, the late 90s is when I originally had a Fairchild Channel F. And so I want to talk about why this intrigues me. I want to showcase and revisit this hardware on my channel. It's been years since I've talked about it. Let's take a look. This is my Fairchild Channel F collection to date. It's not complete. I'm still looking for stuff, and it's just neat to talk about this classic console on my channel yet again. Last time I covered it, I think it was 2015 when I uploaded my nuts and bolts videos, and so this is kind of the update to that. And so this is the very first version of the Fairchild Channel F. My box is really beat up, and I didn't have this when I first filmed. And yeah, this is it, the original console here. And some interesting things to note about this console: you have this cover, and the controllers are really bizarre. They're triangular tops to them, and you can twist them, and you can pull them and push them down. And so that's kind of the control features of this controller. You can also move them up, down, left, right. And so it's really a bizarre controller. The original hardware is hardwired into the console, and so it makes things pretty challenging if you have an issue, and they are prone to break. The nice thing about the hardware is that it had lots of different features, including a hold feature, which was an early pause feature. And so that's that. Fast forward to this, and this is my better conditioned box of the original. And there's 26 cartridges made for this collection. I'm missing a few, and just looking, I'm missing a couple boxes. If you see the cartridge only, I'm missing the box to 5 and 6. And the later numbered cartridges are harder to get. I'm going to show some gameplay footage as well. That's nice about revisiting this. I'm actually going to test one of my consoles and make sure it still works. And I'm missing 19 and 20, which are pretty tough to get, and I'm missing 25, which is really tough to get, and several boxes. And so the later released numbered cartridges were released by a company called Zircon, which kind of purchased the rights to distribute Fairchild Channel F. And so it was just kind of a, this really just succumbed to the weight of the Atari 2600, though it did a lot of things that the 2600 didn't do. And there's even a homebrew cartridge. Yes, they made a Pac-Man and on physical cartridge. And so these cartridges are really strange, and they're very 70s. And first ROM cartridge console, and that's what makes it really intriguing. The cartridges themselves are intriguing. They look like 8-track tapes. And I really, really enjoy collecting this console, even though there's not many games, and the games are rudimentary. I'm going to show some graphics on my channel, and I'm going to be capturing from original hardware, not emulation. And so this is the remodel in the States, and it was just this Channel F System 2. Alright, here's an unboxing of the Fairchild Channel F System 2, which I didn't have in my first video, and it's just the better console to have. And so because you have detachable controllers, the controllers have issues sometimes, and it has sound coming out of the television versus an inferior speaker that was built into the original model. It still has a hardwired AC adapter plugged into the unit. That's kind of a bummer, but everything else, this is the way to go. And I have some of the original paperwork that goes with. I have the manual. I'm really lucky to have this in such nice shape. And it talks about it. The built-in hockey game is one of the best Pongs, and I'm going to show that. Tennis and hockey. It shows you how to like start it and stuff. Pretty neat. Original warranty card. Alright, my System 2 was acting up, so I had to use my original unit, which is working correctly. And so if you see this on the title screen, when you boot up Fairchild Channel F, it's working correctly. There are two built-in games, hockey and tennis. Hockey is button 1, tennis is button 2, I do believe. And you know, it's just a weird intro. And so by pressing 1, hockey is, in my opinion, one of the best Pongs out there, and it's because of its unique play style. You can twist and turn the knobs on a Fairchild Channel F controller, and you can angle shots by angling the bar of the player. I really think that's cool. You also can move your bar around like a standard controller. I really think it adds a dimension to Pong that makes it a lot of fun. I wish more Pong games had this, and so it really adds an additional layer of strategy to playing this. I had a lot of fun playing this. This is actually the reason why I got my Fairchild Channel F. Also, by pulling up and down on your controller, you can control the goalies, and so I really think that's a really advanced and intriguing way of controlling your players for a simple Pong game. I really like this, and I highly recommend getting the unit just for this game. Alright, this is Video Cart 2, and this is Desert Fox. There's actually two games on the cartridge, Shooting Gallery being the other one. And so Desert Fox is Fairchild Channel F's version of Combat, and it's got some pretty interesting control style. You can move your tank around using like your normal joystick controls, but then you can rotate the turret, and your turret can rotate differently than how you move your tank, so there's some strategy with that. And then by tapping on the controller top is how you fire it. And so this game, I wouldn't say is better than Combat, but because of its play style, it is intriguing. You can really rack on somebody too. If you get them into a corner, you can just really fire upon them. Alright, this is a homebrew aftermarket cartridge, Pac-Man. Someone programmed Pac-Man for the Fairchild Channel F. Another intriguing fact about Fairchild Channel F is actually they had a game before Pac-Man that was called Maze, and so Jerry Lawson talks a little bit about that, and in his years talking about the Fairchild Channel F. And so here it is, Pac-Man. This is actually a physical cartridge running in my console. And I picked this up years ago. This was a person putting these together for people, for hobbyists. And each individual cartridge that was sold was numbered. My number is number 18. And I picked this up on Atari Age, and I'm sure it's long gone and these aren't being made. I think the same person also was doing Fairchild Channel F multi-carts. And so, yeah, it's pretty intriguing that this game actually can be ran on a Fairchild Channel F. And so I just wanted to show a little bit of this. I'm not the best player of this. The controller was a little bit wonky when playing, but it does run. And yes, that's Pac-Man is green, and Fairchild Channel F has very limited colors, and so that's why the colors are all bizarre looking. And so yes, it's Pac-Man running on native hardware, and it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the sound, you can't hear the sound. Sounds pretty decent, but because the sound is coming out of the actual unit in the version 1 of the Fairchild Channel F, there's no way to capture the sound. I'm sure there's a way, but it was getting a lot of static and interference, and so that's why I'm just showcasing footage this way. So there you have it. I also want to mention that the panel that I attended, it was sparsely attended, of Jerry Lawson in 2004 is still up on the internet, and a link below to that as well. It's worth it. It's about 30 minutes, and I'm just happy that someone recorded it because it's really a great insight when you can talk to the developer of a console about the time period and everything that's going on. It's really historically significant. Check it out. Between some of the early concepts of games before anybody else, the introduction of a ROM cartridge, it has a pause feature on the hardware. The controllers are completely bizarre and, multifunctional. Having a paddle and joystick in one controller is pretty intriguing to me. And so all those features on top of, some rudimentary graphics and gameplay, to me, makes this a really interesting console to collect for, and one of the best Pongs to play. And because of the angled bar controllers, you can angle shots and stuff. So anyways, thank you so much. Intrigue Gaming, you can check out his channel below. The link is there. And I just want to say thank you for all the support. Whether you've been a subscriber for a long time or just new to the channel, I cover lots of different things. I cover everything from, early stuff such as this to new gaming. And I'm really having fun having a diverse channel and coverage. So thank you so much for the continued support. This is the Immortal John Hancock. Thank you so much. You take care.